So yeah, actually, let me ask you, what had you agreed to come on 11/11?
Well, because it was different than what everybody does on Facebook and all these social media.
Yeah.
And the world is disconnected from connection. No one is in person. No one talks. They just text and all that. And so I thought, this is a cool idea. I'll just go and see what happens. I'm just going to go and do it. If it'll help them with their project, why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah.
That's why.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's different, I guess, when I'm in Toronto, it's like a different setting because that's like home, right? And I'm here. It feels like I don't know, an outsider, and I'm like coming in and connecting with new people. So I think, I do get a bit nervous. Yeah.
But it's not. But see, that's not the case because wherever you go, there you are, and it's just another place.
Exactly.
Toronto's no different than LA, than Chicago, than New York, than Paris, than Brussels. It's all
connection
the
is
same.
connection.
Yeah. So you want to maybe try to feel like you're not, because you're not. People in Toronto that you don't know, you're still a stranger until they come to your show. To your talk.
Yeah.
So you don't know anyone until you know them.
Yeah. Same in Toronto too. When it first started. I guess when it first started, I was still in a very vulnerable place. I would share my story a lot because people would generally either hear about it, or it would just be, that would be the energy. And then we would take it from there, like still be a conversation where we'd talk about food or anything that comes up in the moment. It has nothing to do with selling. And there were some really great conversations, and there were sometimes just random things.
But speaking about foods, because sometimes at night I watch, like at the end of the day when I finish my work, I watch late at night YouTube. Not YouTube. What's in there? Netflix.
Yeah.
And they have this show on about family cooking in England with families with, it's like in the States they have like the food channel.
Yeah.
And people have cupcake wars and another thing they make food and have contests. So the families would make family meals against each other to see who wins. And then when that went off, I found one called for desserts, and they made desserts and they had a contest. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't make it. I just like to watch it and see what it is. And yeah.
What's your favorite kind of dessert?
I don't have a favorite because I like desserts.
You like sweets.
Yeah. But I'm working on not having so many sweets because it's not the best thing. But I like desserts. But really, not so much now. I think if I had to pick a favorite, my favorite dessert would be apple tart with vanilla ice cream on top. So good.
I like apple pie.
The same.
I guess it's the same. That's why when you said that, I came up with, I like apple pie. I like meringue pie, although I don't eat it often. But, I guess for me too, I wouldn't say I'm passionate about food. I just, like trying different things.
Well, maybe it's not my passion, but I just, I like to watch those shows, but I do like when I go out to have fine dining.
So like a restaurant that has nice,
everything
seating,
nice.
Everything nice.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so, I find, I guess I'm here when you don't know. This is my first time in California. And actually Scott came down here. It was my dream. And so he made it happen.
Good for you.
He's
a nice guy. Is he your father's, what's his position?
Sorry?
He works with your father?
No, I've known him for 7 years. He is an interventionist, and he helped me through an eating disorder. I volunteered for one of his not-for-profits for a couple years, and learned about his work, what he does, and one thing led to the next, and he says I've also helped him throughout the years. And here we are, right?
Nice.
And so I call him, he's like an angel that came into my life. Someone that really has had my back, besides my parents, of course, right? That's always been there, like someone solid I know that I could trust and not betray me. Even when time gets rough, he was there. And so, yeah, I don't know what to call him anymore. I can call him a big brother. I can call him a friend. I can call him...
Friend is good.
But he's like, yeah, my best friend. And it was my dream to come to California. And I was like, okay, let's make it happen. And we saw this opportunity. Like I said, the lady from Sacramento reached out, and I took that as a sign. Maybe God is sending me a sign. Wow, that was so easy.
It's always a sign, though. There's no coincidences.
Yeah.
I don't believe in them.
And that's how we could justify coming down here for a couple months or whatever, and building 1111 here. And we had a solid foundation, right? Like a home base where we didn't want to be moving around a lot to dismantling the studio, taking it apart and going.
But the 1111, so it's in Toronto, now it's in California. Is it a business or just, will it stay the same? Will it stay the same, just clean and clear? No salesy thing, just talk, just connect.
It's just that's always a format, and it's not a business. It's actually good that you asked. I know it's not a business, and I said we've never accepted, any kind of token gifts for 1111, right? But as you asked, now that we're in California, Scott just came up with this different strategy idea where it's kind of like making it where people, after they leave, like in Toronto, the studio, I'm present to the experience, give them the opportunity if they want to make a donation of any amount they want, which would strictly go to recouping the expenses, given also here in California, now that we're here, not making money, but recouping the expenses, which goes towards rental costs, equipment that we had to buy, extra equipment, because since the studio was continuing in Toronto, we had to take the studio with us. We had to buy extra equipment. So that would go strictly towards that. So that's because it's more appropriate to now, as we're present with just how much expenses it costs. And Scott's already done so much for me, so I couldn't expect him to... there's a fine line, right? And this is something that we still keep it pure, and we've always acknowledged in Toronto that we're never going to monetize it, never going to, treat it as some sort of funnel. However, given the situation, we're still keeping it pure, still the format is a format. And that's where PP Light came in, where we are asking in Toronto for donations for that. And then in that, they get an edited version or whatever.
What's
right?
PP Light?
Passion Projects Light.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, now we've reversed it. If people, it's not to wait till people come on Passion Projects Light, but after because not everyone does and not everyone wants to, but some people may want to contribute.
Yeah.
Because people have come onto Level Up and they tried to give us money, but we refused it because that time we said we don't accept gifts. We just want to keep this thing pure because of how it was created.
And you can get a grant. You could get a grant for that.
And that's the thing.
He's an entrepreneur, so he knows how to get money. So you don't have to even ever ask for anything because he can get a grant and has it.
Well, that's a long shot, but we say we'll never have sponsors for it. But this is the easiest way now. We're getting so many guests come in and giving them the opportunity. If they want to make a donation, no obligatory, no obligations, but if they want this, for other people to come in and have the experience, or that's just really cool. Yeah, I know, it's kind of distracting. At first it scared me. I thought it was an animal. When I first came in, I'm like, what's that noise? I'm like, oh, it's the pool. It does that every few minutes. It cleans. So I guess that's a smart way to put a cleaner in there, right? But so that's that's actually the new strategy where you just gotta be. This is where I'm at, and this is what it is. I want it to continue. This is how it can further continue and expand it. But no, it's not a business.
Okay.
1111 is not a business. It got created how it got created, but we never expected it to expand so fast, right? Like Scott just saw a problem and he saw a solution for the problem, which was to help.
You started on Facebook.
Yeah. And that all came about later, yeah, to be on their timeline. Call it 11:11 because it's not too early in the morning, and it's a number I would remember because when I was very depressed, I was sleeping in a lot, so it would be very hard for me to wake up. So he thought, okay, 11 a.m. is not, it's something it's doable for me. I will never be late for a guest. And he's like, why don't we make it 11:11 where I'm going to remember it and never forget that? So there's no chance I'll be late for a guest, and that's how the name came up. He didn't even know it's like a number that some people take as spiritual or meaning. We didn't. 11:11 meant nothing to me till this platform. So yeah. So tell me a little bit, sir. I've been talking a lot about me and 11:11, but tell me a little bit about yourself. Whatever you want me to know.
I don't know what to talk about because this is a place that for conversation, not to talk about me,
just a conversation,
just about things.
Yeah. Well, what's it like? Do you stay in Anaheim? Or?
No, I live in Long Beach.
All right, Long Beach.
So I came here from somewhere. I don't live here.
Yeah.
But so I had to drive to get here.
Yeah.
But what's to talk about?
What's Long Beach like? Because we actually are planning to go there. In nice. December.
Okay, where in Long Beach?
I don't know where.
Why Long Beach in December? Why not Beverly Hills or L.A.?
Well, that was already. Honestly, it actually wasn't. Like we wanted. Okay, I'll tell you. When we were in Sacramento, my dream was to come to L.A. And my dream was to visit Hollywood and all that kind of stuff.
You can do it while you're here now. Just drive up there.
Yeah, I already went to Hollywood with a girl who lives here. Coincidentally, we took a trip there. So I got that out of my system. But my dream was first to come to LA. And it just happened to be that this lady who reached out lived in Sacramento. So we were like, okay, we're supposed to be there. So we went to Sacramento, and then it turned out we had to leave.
How long were you guys there? A couple of days?
Just about over a week. Yeah.
And it was nice at first?
Well, you mean, it was, can I explain it? It was very suppressed. We knew we were there, and, we just appreciated the opportunity. We had to embrace it. Now I can say, yes, it was suppressed, but we looked at the beauty of it. Yes, it's a beautiful place. But this lady was just being overly accommodating. It was kind of weird. Right? And Scott, even from Toronto, would talk to her and say, we don't need anything. You're already giving us, a place to stay and have our studio, and that's more than enough. Please don't make our meals. Please don't do this. We really do not want to take advantage. And she insisted, she would literally almost get mad when we would say no. Right? So we're like, I learned to say yes because I also learned that if I say no, then I'm closing maybe the opportunity for someone else because maybe people do really want to contribute and I'm not allowing them to. Maybe that brings them joy. So we said yes to her hosting us. She really, really wanted us to come, and she saw what Scott did and she wanted his help. And so, when we landed in Sacramento, a couple days later, Scott had his session with her. And in the session, things started coming out. From her, like little things that we didn't know, obviously on the phone. You can't tell everything. But like I said, he's really good at pulling at stuff without forcing them out. So he was asking her certain questions, but the responses were not consistent. And so he caught her in little lies. Like first she would say, I don't have $1 to my name. And then she would say, I have 30 grand. And then 30 came to 6,000. And then I renovated my place for $5,000 for you guys. And it was like, yeah. So,
she had something.
Yeah, and then Scott had a talk with her after. It just came out as a joke, like one morning before Scott and I left to have our meeting, because in the mornings we have our private, that's our sacrecy time, right? Our meetings to create. And so before we left for this coffee shop, she came up, she said something about, you guys, something, and it came like in a laughing way, paid the rent. And then Scott and I, when we went for a walk, she said something about paying the rent.
She wants you to pay the rent?
She said something to Scott, you guys can come back, but make sure you pay, pay the rent, but in a joking way. And then we didn't take that as a joke. Like Scott took that as, okay, there's something in that.
Yeah.
Right? We had a discussion on it. So then when we went back, we met with her. We would include her in everything that we talk about. And we had a heart-to-heart with her. And I actually said, because you said that, I offered her some money. Take how much you want for the rent. Because at the end of the day, when we leave, we don't want any resentments. We don't want to feel obligated. We don't want to owe anyone. Yes, we're here because you invited us. But please, we don't want any resentments between us. We want this clean. We're here. So Scott had a talk with her. She said, she felt very uncomfortable. She didn't take the money. But he said certain things that we don't want to owe you though. We don't want any expectations. And after that came out, she then said, I don't feel safe. I want you guys to leave. And I'll give you till Sunday, which was Saturday. So one day we had to find a new place. It was shocking. So, but we wanted to leave right that same day, but we already had 2 guests booked that were already on their way coming. And, okay, we can't really cancel now. So let's have these 2 episodes. She agreed. Then she went out. She said she was going to go and help her kid or whatever. She's actually, having problems with her kids. So we had our last episode with a guest, and just after that guest left, she came in with 7 people who were like thugs, and threatening to break our cameras, wanting my phone, I tried to steal our laptop with confidential information it. Yeah.
What made them not do it?
What made them not do it? Scott called the police, and the police came.
So how did Scott call the police? Didn't take his phone from him?
No, he held on to it, and he just was not afraid the whole time. They were just yelling, right? And they were literally picking up the cameras and threatening to break it, but they were just very intimidating. So Scott managed to step out, call the police, and then the police came and then allowed us to grab our stuffs in a safe way to get out.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I was afraid that, the guy looked like he was going to hit Scott, but Scott remained calm the whole time. It was his vibration, right? And he was actually going to give the phone to them. He said, because they were really give me the phone, give me the phone. And Scott said, well, let me take out the chip out of the phone because that's my number, Sameena's number, and that's her own security for her to communicate with her family back home. I just need to take out the chip. And they're like, no, there's no chip in iPhones, and give me the phone. And Scott said, I can't do that right now. So he's like, I'm stepping outside and I'm calling the police.
And they didn't grab him or anything?
No. So
that is not funny. That is the worst, but that is not a good situation.
No. And then I froze in there. And then I went and grabbed my purse in Scott's pouch because I wasn't going to leave it in there. Our passports and, stuff were in there. So that's the nearest thing I could grab. They wouldn't let me get the laptop. That was ours. They said, no, you're not taking the laptop till you give us the phone. Then I just had to get out of there.
So where's the laptop now?
It's, we have
the police came in.
Yeah.
What?
Thank God for the cops. Otherwise, we wouldn't have gone out of it. Now, she did manage to steal some stuff, like some expensive headphones that Scott bought so he can check the sound. A camera chip, $220.
That's amazing that a person would do that.
Yeah. So, yeah, we didn't think she would resort to that, but we're blessed that we're in a safe place, and here we are. We now, like I said, we just found this Airbnb, good deal, too good to be true, a host that allows us to have our studio up here. The people are awesome.
In the house?
You can't even tell if they're in the house or they've gone out.
It's a big house.
They work too, right? So the host works, and usually at night people are down cooking or whatever. But during the day, it's like we have the whole house to ourselves. So we're very, there's a jacuzzi. Scott loves a jacuzzi out there. That's his meditation period. And here we are, and we've extended it till December 2nd right now, and from there we'll see. And yeah, you said about Long Beach. So it wasn't like, yeah, we said, yes, I want to go to Long Beach. What happened when we were in Sacramento, before all this came to be, and I really wanted to go to LA, so Scott said, why don't we, put all we've got to get gas till December 23rd, because that's when, we agreed later on to stay. And then we'll book, and then let's, book somewhere that's close to LA, not right in LA.
Right.
Everything was way too expensive.
Long Beach is the best.
Yeah. And then we ended up finding this hotel that was a very good deal.
In Long Beach?
And happened to be in Long
What
Beach.
hotel is it?
It's a Westin hotel.
Downtown on the ocean?
It's in Long Beach. I don't know the address.
It's Westin?
Yeah.
It's downtown Long Beach, just on Westin.
So, and he says it's 40 minutes away from LA and away from Hollywood. So it's very convenient.
It's a Westin. It's on Ocean Boulevard.
Probably, yeah.
It's a nice hotel.
It's, so, that was going to be my Christmas vacation. Right. And that was already booked from before. We're trying to change the date. Yes, I don't think they'll refund us our money now that things have changed. We still want to keep the reservation and maybe see if we can change it to earlier, right?
Just call and see. They might.
Yeah.
You never can tell.
Yeah, we booked it through Priceline. I did call, but they said I have to call back and talk to the manager, and then certain things, got busy. So that's how Long Beach came. It just happened to be in Long Beach, and that came out of, Scott, I really, really want to go to LA. Like, that's my dream.
But see,
right?
if you're at the West End, then you can go right down. Okay, so just say, this is Ocean Boulevard.
Yeah.
Like this. And the West End's right there. And then to the bank. But then a couple blocks down is Pine Avenue. You can go on that street. They have restaurants and
it looks really nice.
It's kind of cool,
like
right?
A nice area.
And then it's downtown, so it's cool. But then if you got in the car and drove down, so the Weston's here, Ocean Boulevard, Weston's right there, downtown area. But if you drive down maybe 10 minutes, you're at the beach area.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
and
Seal
Scott
Beach.
loves the beach.
Seal Beach
right?
is right down there. Long Beach. I mean, Long Beach is more. The beach is more like. So the West End, a couple blocks down the Long Beach. Further down, you have the Long Beach Marina.
Yeah.
Then down PCH further is Seal Beach. It's cool. Then further down, you have Huntington Beach.
There's Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach further down. Huntington Beach, Laguna Beach further down. It's nice. You can just drive this. So
So that's how Long Beach came about, and I did actually visit Hollywood, and it wasn't how I imagined it to be.
At all. It's not.
I'm like, oh my God, is it? I was asking the girl here. She's like become my friend now, so I can call her my friend, and she was my first guest here in Anaheim, right? And she lives here. So she's also been in California for a short time, and she's never visited Hollywood, and Scott just asked her, the topic came and she's like, oh my gosh, I've never been to Hollywood. Let's go
Where's
together. She from? Wisconsin.
Oh, it was cold.
So she loves it here.
Yeah, she does.
And she drives. So we went, coincidentally, after my guest the other day, we went to Hollywood, and I'm like asking her, is this Hollywood? Are you sure that there's no other part of Hollywood? She's like, no, this is Hollywood. I'm like, oh.
There's nothing. It's just like, looks like kind of.
It's like downtown. You want,
kind of gritty.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
It's not like, like you think Hollywood, all the studios, and we have Burbank Studios.
I wanted to go to Universal Studios, right?
That's right. Past Burbank, and that's a different. It's like they have Harry Potter there, that whole Hogwarts there, and all this rides and restaurants. It's cool. Disneyland is in Anaheim. Disneyland.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're around, but to be, but Canada's nice too. It's nice.
It's nice, but everything's far away from each other. I think,
it is.
Like if you want
and
to go
cold.
to BC, it's far, and it's cold. But I guess for tourists, people who are coming there, it's beautiful, and it's like home to me now.
Where are you from?
I'm from East Africa. Tanzania.
Oh, hey.
I was born in Kenya, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I moved with my parents to Toronto when I was 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically grew up there, did my schooling there, lived there. And do I miss Toronto? Yes, I miss it right now, even though it's cold there.
But it's your home, though.
It's my home, but I appreciate being here and having the opportunity to continue this connection with 1111. And yes, it was my dream when it came up to come to California, but I never thought it would happen at, this early. I thought maybe it's a dream further away in the future, right? So I never really gave it any energy.
You never can tell. I know you never can tell what's going to happen. I was just thinking this morning, I get this little book from the Science of Mind, and you read the little things, and it's just once again dawned on me that God is just is right here. It's not anywhere else, but not separated. So nothing. So it just made me remember. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So you might want something, and you think, and then one day you said, "Oh, so soon."
I know.
Whenever. It's
interesting, eh? Because when the whole deal with Sacramento happened, Scott and I got presents. I said, Scott, my first thing was to come to LA, but it's like we settled for Sacramento because that's what maybe we thought we were supposed to be there. God wanted us to be there. I had to put my dreams on hold, and it's like a week later, we're close to LA. It's like I manifested that, right? Mm-hmm. How things, But Hollywood was the only thing I got to see. But the girl who lives here, she said that Laguna Beach is really nice.
Yes, it is. Laguna Beach is really nice. They're great shops, a nice beach. They play basketball on the beach and volleyball, and nice restaurants, and just cool. Yeah. It is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking Hollywood, what I see in the movies or what I see, because I'm into watching this soap opera that's taken all in Los Angeles.
What soap opera is it?
Bold and the Beautiful. So I'm so into that.
Oh, are you? They have but watch something else. They have the I don't watch a lot of TV, but they do have, on Sundays. Today when I leave here, I'm going to my sister's house. My mother died 2 months ago. She just passed away. Oh. And so I'm going to my sister's house and watch the same thing my mother and I would watch on Saturdays when I go stay with her, just to keep her company. But the Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh, I heard that.
Housewives of Atlanta. Housewives of all these housewives, but the Atlanta one is cool because they're all from Atlanta. Yeah. Just something nothing to do.
To think about.
But the soap opera, that's
Yeah. No, I've been into those since I was a kid. My mom and I would watch it together. And it's just, I guess, feeling great. But now more than ever, I'm into that soap opera. And it's all taken in LA.
In a studio.
Well, it is a studio. And then I would be so, I'm let me Google where it's taken. And and then you see behind the scenes how they set it all up. And I'm that's a studio? Right? Right? But it looks so real, obviously.
See, we in California, in LA, when you go, most people in that area want to be movie stars on TV, which is cool because they make a lot of money and they're artists. Yeah. But we all know, I went a month ago, I think. This thing is called central casting to be somebody in the background. Mm-hmm. I was going to do it last year, but I just never went and did it. Just to be in the background actor. But I did it. I had to get up really early in the morning and go there to just do all the work to be in there. Mm-hmm. But I did it. So one day I might be a background actress.
What was that like?
Nothing. Wait, to go and register for that?
No, just the experience of being that.
I haven't been a background actor yet, but you have to go register for it. So I had to get up at 3:30 in the morning and leave my house at 4 to get there by 4:30 before traffic came, and then sit in a chair until 9 o'clock. Yeah. The things people do in LA,
Yeah.
to get registered, but it's done now. I have 2 classes. I have 1 class to take for the background actor, just to take a class, but that's the 4 hours from 1 to 5, something like that. And then take another class to be a stand-in for somebody. I just haven't done it yet. I'll do it later. I'll do it maybe after Thanksgiving. I just did this whole thing, I think maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah. I did but I did it 3 or 4 times. I went one time and I got there 5:45, and I was numbered 78 or 80 in line. and I was too late. They stopped at 67, so I had to go home. So that was a day wasted, but not wasted because I learned what they need to do. The guy said, come. Then I came, the next time I came, like the following week, on time, but I forgot my passport.
Oh.
So I went back home. I thought I had enough time and to come back. So twice in a day, too late. And then the guy said, I'm telling you, leave your house at 4. Don't leave at 5. Leave at 4. And get here by whatever, And I was there early at 4. I followed the instructions. I said, I'm laughing because it was crazy. I sat really close, and me and this guy got in. We all got in, but it just makes me laugh because that was a crazy thing to do, but I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. California, LA.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. And I guess when you see all those great little, like Malibu on TV.
Oh, that's really great. You want to go to Malibu too? Malibu. So you should come here for a month and just to do. What a good idea would be for you guys to drive up the coast, get on Facebook, and map it out to Long Beach and then Laguna Beach. That's the wrong direction. Laguna Beach. Or not really, but just map it out and go up the coast to Ojai and to Malibu first. Ojai, up there, the Bay Area, and do your show.
Yeah.
And maybe you guys should do your show. Maybe you guys should get a van, and people come in the van on the road and do your show. It's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
I just thought about that, but I just thought about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, now we're calling this mobile studio, and when we go to Long Beach, we're planning to take it there, because we have, it's interesting, when we came here, it's like we've been attracting people from also who live in Long Beach, and like, yeah, we're gonna go there to Long Beach. So,
you or me? It's you?
It was me.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna go there to Long Beach. And, maybe those people who are interested, we can have them come to the hotel or whatever, right? And do our 11:11 conversation while we're in Long Beach, right?
Yeah, you never can tell. Why not?
Yeah.
Because on Facebook, the way you did me, I said, yeah, I'll do it. And you just have to say that. Yeah. That's all. Because people are open to, I mean, not everybody, but certain people, I think to me, there's a spiritual bent to it. We don't want anything. Or you can't ask for anything. The people just talk. Let people know that people have conversations. And before I did this, like 2 years ago, I had this thing called the talk. Once a month, and I would have women, and I would host a talk for the women.
Oh, you did that in the past.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't record it, but I just did it.
Yeah.
Someone's house.
Yeah.
So it's good, but not for this reason. But this reason is really good to me. This reason resonates because it's a talk for people. Nothing's happening. You don't want anything from them. They don't want anything from you. Just have a conversation. The world can see that. That people connect. To me, that's...
No agendas.
Yes.
You say no agendas, just clear connection. And that's 11:11 that we've kept to, Like I said, yes, the energy has changed, where before it was appropriate to continuously do it and not focus on myself making money. But now that energy's changed, we still keep it pure, right? But we say, there's an opportunity here, if you like, and all the expenses go towards covering the studio costs or whatever.
Well, it's good for you if you learn how to be an entrepreneur and you're, and you finally get to work, because you couldn't. Was your education therapy?
I was a social worker. Yeah. But
Okay.
I let go of that whole profession. So now
that's
I have
cool.
to start from scratch.
Because it's depressing. I've done it.
Yeah. Oh, have you? What was your experience like? And we're not going off the format because you're not no longer a social worker.
No,
right?
not. But I've done it, and to me, it was sad because I worked with kids in foster care. Because back in those days, because my Ph.D. is in psychology, but my master's in psychology, but social work and psychology, they did the same work. And so I could get the job as a social worker for an FFA, and worked with foster kids. And so after I worked with foster kids and I got a doctorate, I had a nonprofit for girls called Little Goddess. But the California budget crisis cut that program. So that's why I'm in private practice now. I don't have the program anymore because they cut the program.
Oh, so you're no longer doing social work?
No. No. You drive around people's houses? No.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I won't even get into that, but
Yeah, I know.
yeah, I got into the profession because I really wanted to
Help
make a
people.
difference,
Mm-hmm.
right? But there was some red tape where I honestly didn't agree with. For me, that's just me though.
That's okay.
Little things like, I just didn't agree. Like little things that I felt I can't even think of the example, but I felt, is this really helping a person or is this really creating a barrier? Like I'm the profession, you're this little person.
Uh-huh.
So it's all about connect. And that's the ironic thing as a grief counselor that I used to be. It was all about, for me, connecting with that person.
And see, I think working with the foster kids, grief counseling, hospice, that's all depressing. I'm so happy I'm not doing it anymore. It's all like, oh, those little kids, you can't be in LA. So many people or agencies have been shut down and those little kids have died,
Wow.
So I don't think it helps anybody. It doesn't help.
Why do you think in LA all these organizations have been shut down when there's potentially a need out there?
Well, because I've always known this, is that people don't want, I think they go into it to help.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the administrators and the people that own the foster care agencies and all those people, they go in it to help.
Yeah.
And then they see the money of whatever it is, and then they need to cut corners to do things for themselves. I don't know, because I never owned an agency, but I know people that did. And the kids would tell me. I would ask the kids. They would tell me. I remember I worked in one home, and one girl was getting cold, and she needed a coat. I said, "Don't you guys get your clothing allowance? It's time for you guys to buy some clothes." She goes, "We don't get to get clothes," and they'll tell you the truth. And I told her, I said, you have to get these kids clothes. They need coats and shoes and new stuff and clothes. I have to do it. I said, no, you don't, because they told me you didn't. But you have to do it now because I work here. I was just coming for it as a therapist. I didn't work there. But so it's just, that's the past. But I just am happy I don't do it.
Yeah, well, I got into it because it was my passion. I wanted to really, I felt connected to this grief world. And there's a whole story there which I won't get into. But, doing it for 6 years, it wasn't my clients that, put me in the situation, like depressed and anxiety. What it was, the politics around it. Mm-hmm. My employer and like the whole culture and there are certain things that just I don't know, I don't get into it, but it was just like these are human beings. You're not can't treat them like a revolving door.
I know.
Right?
I did it too.
So you understand.
I do.
So that's what really, my soul and my Stephen Scott saw. Like he told me, and I didn't realize it myself till later, that I was dying a slow death in there.
Yeah.
I thought I knew who I was, but it's like I lost my identity.
Working with those kids and working with hospice, all those grief, all that just sucks the life out. It sucks all the joy out. I don't care what people think they're doing.
And I felt there's only so much you can help, right? But yeah, it does I don't know. And then when you're dealing with, the bigger picture, you can't win. You're one person and you can't be changing all the structures around you, the power. And it was like, look at me, look what I did, And the hospice I used to work with is going residential. And I know they're going residential not because of the people, it's because of, their own ego.
Right. So,
right?
So it's best for you that you're not doing it.
So I think God intervened. It was very hard for me to get out of there. My dad was trying, my dad was actually wanting me to quit my job 3 years ago, but I was just so stubborn and I felt, no, I can't leave the clients. This is my passion. And then later on that turned into low self-esteem because they had it known that you're very lucky to be here. At least you're being paid, even though it's a minimum salary. But you should be glad you're being paid because it's a volunteer organization. And I actually, I took that all in, right? And I wasn't the only one. Like I actually believed that this was something I was supposed to do, work for free.
Why do you say, because you said it more than once, I'm not the only one. Why do you say that? You don't need validation.
No, I know. I guess, Yeah. See, sometimes I go into
That's
that
okay.
too.
But I detect it.
Yeah. 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 I guess there
It's
are
okay.
employees too.
Just so you remember, I said when you say that, you don't have to say that because it's
Yeah.
all about you. It's not about them.
Yeah.
That also, but they did, they treated you that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the hardest thing is when it's so discreet, it's so like covered up.
So covert.
It's, yeah.
And nobody can see it.
No. Right? So.
It's like you're crazy and they're not. But you know what's going on.
Exactly.
Like
and
that,
that's
like a
how they
movie.
tried to spin it.
Yeah.
That, you should have left a long time ago. You didn't get help. And, and it was like, no, I didn't have a history of depression. It was this that made, but anyways.
Yeah, yeah. We're going to talk about that. But anyway, so our timer never went off. And it's been more than 45 minutes. So you didn't have to do that timer.
No, it's actually 18 minutes and 26 cents. 18 minutes. Oh, we are over time.
I know.
Oh, maybe it did go off and I didn't realize. However, sorry, thanks for, but, not that we have to end our conversation. It can continue, or like I said, now the rules are off. We can talk about anything you want.
I don't need
it's up to you.
I'm good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I just want you to know, I just didn't, if 44 minutes are up, that doesn't mean our conversation has to end. It just means it could continue. Or it could or you could talk about anything you want without the rules. So that's just an option.
No, okay. I'm good. I'm going to my sister's house and eat some food. Go see my sister.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, no, thanks for, maybe we were just so into the conversation. Maybe I thought that was a phone call though. And then see, I haven't heard the timer before, so I don't know what it sounds like. And maybe because I turned my ringer off, it gave this vibrating sound. So, yeah. Well, it's really nice talking to you.
You too.
Yeah.